Did you know that it's Women's History Month?
I didn't know that.
It was.
Oh, it's
Just
over.
like black people, women only get a month, too. And to help mark the occasion, a group of women at the White House listened to a speech on empowerment from the dude who's currently sitting there. Take a look.
My cabinet is full of really incredible women leaders. Since the very beginning, women have driven, and I mean each generation of Americans, toward a more free and more prosperous future. And we've had leaders like Susan B. Anthony. Have you heard of Susan B. Anthony? I'm shocked that you've heard of her. Who dreamed of a much more equal and fair future. An America where women themselves, as she said, helped to make laws and elect the lawmakers. And that's what's happening more and more.
So, where's the cabinet full of women?
Yeah.
Because this is the, and I'm only pointing this out because this meeting in particular is about women, whether women should have paid maternity leave. That's what this meeting is about. These are the guys who are deciding. Yeah. So I was just wondering if the cabinet full of, maybe he means the medicine cabinet, the roll of the bathroom. I don't know.
Well, maybe
The binders full of women.
Maybe Steve Bannon is transitioning.
That's not an image anyone needed to think about, Joy. That's not.
I mean, who knows?
I mean, to be fair, he has 4 women in his cabinet. He has 4.
Oh my God!
Some people see it less. He has 4 women. Bush had 4, Clinton had 6, and President Obama had 7. So he, you know, historically there haven't been
out with
that
any. We had to shame him into putting some women in there too.
Yes, because he has Betsy DeVos, he has Elaine Chao,
Nikki Haley, and Lindsey McMahon.
Right. So
And he has Kellyanne
Chao, who's
Conway.
married to Mitch McConnell, am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he has 4.
That doesn't cancel her out, though.
No, I'm just saying.
See, for me, his issue
Where
is
were
not.
they in the picture?
They're not making.
They didn't go to that meeting.
Oh, they didn't go to that meeting?
No.
All about women and what they may need help.
That's a good question.
So I'm just curious because I don't see any black people.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, there's a shadow in the back.
Wait, there's no black people
He
in
does
there.
have the least diverse cabinet that we've seen, I think, since Nixon.
Well, some have a 10 billion, some have 3 billion. That's diverse.
Diverse portfolios.
Yeah.
See, I actually think that's one area where I do give him credit, being a former businessman. I do think he's the type of person that will put the best person for the job up there. And the reason I look at Kellyanne Conway, she, love her or hate her, she did turn his campaign around. I think his daughter has been a huge business ally to him. She's very successful at bridging gaps, bridging divides between people left and right. I do like some of the picks in here he has for women. I think Donald Trump's biggest issue is not how many women he has in his cabinet, but whether or not women feel that his policies are ultimately going to help them. That's going to be the test of his presidency.
Well, but many people voted for him, right? We have 53% of Republican women did vote for him. I do wonder how they feel about the lack of women in his cabinet.
Listen, it's not the lack of women, but one has to say, you know, if you don't have any women in the cabinet, how do you know if maternity leave is necessary? You have a daughter, and this is the discussion that you're having. Now, your child didn't have to deal with whether to take maternity leave.
No.
So where are those people who can actually speak to this?
Well, she actually did, though, in her defense. Ivanka came out and did speak for paid maternity leave and was an advocate for that. So I look at her, and I think she's been a huge asset to him, because on those issues pertaining to women, I feel that she has been a vocal supporter.
Does he listen to her?
I haven't heard her say
I think he totally listens to Ivanka.
You do?
I do.
I respect her.
See, I haven't. She's now part of. She's in the White House now, so she is now a person working there. Maybe he should put her in the cabinet. Maybe these are the things that he needs to think about, because I got to tell you, when I look at what the programs that they're pooping all over for women, I don't feel like this is. Yeah, I can't say the other word. You know,
diversity, whether it's sexual orientation, race, gender. I think the reason people are a little frustrated is it's very difficult to imagine a group of people legislating in your best interest when no one at the table
knows
is
anything
representative
about,
of it.
Well,
So
I'm actually, I know that Jed, you've said you're sort of a fan of Ivanka Trump, and I think that she certainly has her father's ear. I am supremely uncomfortable with the fact that he has put her into a formal White House position. I mean, we're not talking about a dynasty running the United States. This is supposed to be the government, and I think ethically, you know, this is pure and simple nepotism. I mean,
yeah, but there's nothing. It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
Not necessarily. George W. Bush and Obama's ethics lawyers have both spoken out to say they do believe her appointment is a violation.
I think it's
So-
not.
But then it would be a violation for Jared Kushner. It would be.
Right.
There's a lot of
right.
the whole thing is a.
He doesn't care. He doesn't pay attention to law.
And at this point,
He
you
does
know,
what he wants.
that's the least of our worries. You know, that's the least of it. As Women's Month, and you look at all the stuff they want to make disappear for women. I'm sorry, I'm never going to have a baby again, but I know lots of people who are going to have babies, and they need their maternity leave. Because you know what? Without us, you wouldn't exist.
See, I think he got the support. If you look at a lot of that, you know, I know you don't like exit polling, I don't love it either, but if you look at a lot of what women were saying and the reason that he got elected, I think a lot of women weren't focused on what people typically call women's issues, like what we're talking about maternity leave. Not to say they're not important, but they were focused on jobs. They were focused on health care.
Well, you haven't done that either.
Well, that's what the taxes. That's where it's going to rest.
Some really impressive women, and what did they say that did support Trump? And you said they were impressive. What were they voting?
Yeah, I interviewed a lot of Trump supporters for a Nightline piece that I did, and they voted along the business lines.
Yeah.
They were businesswomen, and they felt that he would give them enough tax breaks to run their business successfully so that they could offer health care, so that they could offer higher wages. But I got to tell you, when you look at the breakdown of the women that voted for President Trump, they're suburban moms, first-time voters, and well-educated women. I don't understand how the suburban moms square his platform with their vote.
Because, listen, everybody believed that he, you know, what you see on The Apprentice is not the man, okay? That's not real, okay? And he's aspirational. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People see that and they say, that's what, I want something like that. But then you go in and you scratch a little deeper and you go, well, what do you mean you lost $900 billion, $1 million?
They don't care.
You know?
They
Well,
interviewed
I think they're starting to.
Alison Camerata on CNN. She was interviewing Trump voters, and they all gave him an A. They held up an A.
Yes.
They think that he's doing a great job. And then when she confronted them and said, well, he didn't do this, he didn't do this, he didn't do this, he didn't do this, he's not doing this, he's not doing this, they were like, in denial that he's doing it, he's going to do it, he has obstruction.
Divided reality.
And so what the conclusion that she came to is that as long as he speaks things that they think they want, it's enough.
That's not going to work when they check their pocketbooks, when they have to pay for stuff, when their health care costs go up or down. The test of President Trump is going to be whether his policy helps people or not. And if it does not, then people are going to vote him out.
Well, it's going to take a while before that kicks in.
Right, that hasn't kicked in
and
yet.
by that time, God knows what he'll do.